Hi everyone, welcome back. It's Elsie, editor for World Aviation Festival, and today I'm delighted to be joined by Paul Griffiths, CEO of Dubai Airports. Thank you for being with us, Paul, today.
It's a pleasure.
So we're just going to talk a little bit about, the developments over in Dubai. First of all, I know at Dubai International, you're investing heavily in a sort of scene-free, touchless experience. I know I reported a couple of weeks ago on your hands-free departure corridors, stuff like that. So could you talk me a little bit through the other tech investments you're making and how that's contributing to, that scene-free passenger experience?
Sure, yeah. I mean, by way of context, we've actually had to do this because our growth rate is so significant. We've grown 22% in the last 10 years, and we basically don't have any further room to develop major infrastructure. So the only way we're going to increase capacity is by using the existing infrastructure in a far more effective and efficient way. So investing in new technology to speed our customers through our processes, or actually that's probably the secondary tactic. The first thing is to try and eliminate them completely, is the way of actually speeding things up. And if you speed customers through the airport, you get so many benefits. First of all, you avoid having to build more infrastructure, because if you halve the time of the process, you can get double the number of people through in the same time. So that saves a huge amount of capital. The other thing, of course, is that you get far more time that you hand back to your customers, where they can spend that time actually in the shops and restaurants and bars and lounges, which obviously is better for us and better for them. So I think it's a major benefit to invest in process and technology at airports. And I think anyone who's not doing that at the moment is really following the old operating model of being an infrastructure manager rather than taking care of the hospitality of the guest, which is our major focus.
Well, could you mention any of those specific tech or sort of initiatives in place that have really helped contribute to efficiency and improve that passenger experience?
Sure. Well, the biggest thing, of course, is the use of biometrics, because one facial recognition process will actually then serve to provide the customer with all of the ID that they need at the various touch points through the airport. And by making that biometric signature very discreet, what we hope to do is be able to capture that without having to stop anyone. So the idea of a frictionless airport with no points of stopping until the customer actually wants to stop is the concept behind that technology. So capturing that image right at the earliest point is a really key part of the process. The other thing is we're trying to eliminate the need to stick bag tags onto luggage, because in the 21st century, why are we putting sticky labels on every piece of luggage? They come off, they're difficult to do. I really struggle in the US when I see, people traveling and they're trying to work out which bit to stick on which bit, part A onto part B, and then tear off this and take away the number you first thought of. It's not easy. And actually, I would like luggage manufacturers, if they're listening, to pre-print on every single item of luggage a unique reference number that can be read by our baggage systems. Thereby, we can identify any individual piece of luggage wherever it is, whatever flight it's on, wherever it is in the world. So that would be a big change from where we are now. So there's many individual items of technology that we're trying to change, but the whole idea is to really take a holistic view of airport processing and to say, do we really need to do this? And if we do we need to do it here? Can we not do it at the time of booking? Check-in to me shouldn't really exist as a concept, because you've collected money from the customer, you've allocated a seat, we know where they're going. So why have check-in? It's a proxy for dealing with baggage, I think. And if you can deal with baggage before people get to the airport, then you've eliminated that process as well.
Wow, strong message for luggage companies.
Absolutely right, yes.
Get those tags on. You mentioned earlier about the fact that obviously Dubai International, you've effectively outgrown the space that you can have. So that brings me to talk about Dubai World Central, which is obviously the big airport project in Dubai. Eventually you're going to replace Dubai International as Dubai's big airport. So could you tell me a little bit more about the progress on that project and how you're investing in it to make it sort of more future-proof than Dubai International currently is?
Well, we're very lucky to be able to use Dubai International, which has been for the last 11 years the biggest and best, hopefully, international airport in the world as a test bed for all this new technology. The idea being by 2032, when we open the doors of Dubai World Central and Maktoum International, all of those new processes will be thoroughly tested on millions of customers. So when we open, we will de-risk the normal problem that you get with new airports where everything is new, the staff don't understand the process. So that's the idea. It's an aggressive timescale because we need an airport of a capacity of about 150 million by 2032. We'll be at 124 million by 2031 with 114 million of that at Dubai International. So we will really be bursting at the seams. So we absolutely have to have that new airport ready to go in 2032 to cope with the growth. As you know, Dubai as a city is becoming more and more attractive, and many airlines are wanting to put far more frequencies and larger aircraft than they have in the past. And of course, our two home-based carriers, Emirates and flydubai, have got very aggressive growth ambitions and have placed large numbers of orders for wide-body and narrow-body aircraft. So they've got to go somewhere. We are developing as much real estate as we can at DXB, but ultimately we will outgrow the field, even with all the technology and efficiency we're introducing. So DWC Phase 2, 2032, is coming just at the right time.
Yeah, better time. And in terms of, obviously, this is going to be the biggest airport in the world when completed. How are you embedding sustainability and managing all this passenger growth? And then also, what will become of the old Dubai International site? Do you have any plans for that once it's decommissioned?
Well, sustainability has to be at the heart of any new build. And we're going for, the highest LEED standard that we possibly can in the build. Solar energy, of course, we've got an abundance of that in Dubai. We're very fortunate to have a lot of sunshine. So solar energy is becoming incredibly affordable. It's 15% of the cost per kilowatt that it cost when in 2010. So it's going to be, I think, the long-term source of energy that the world needs to sustain itself without increasing its carbon footprint. So that, I think, will be the major benefit. We're already introducing a huge solar panel initiative at DXB, with every single rooftop covered in solar. So we will be able to generate significant proportion of our electricity from there. We're actually showcasing at the Dubai Air Show, which is coming up in November, some of the net zero turnaround capability that all of the manufacturers of ground equipment can now accomplish by providing vehicles powered by either hydrogen or by electricity. So the idea of a net zero turnaround for aircraft is something that we can do. And we are also eliminating the idea of any vehicle on the aprons and within the airport being powered by any non-renewable fuel. That's the idea. The big elephant in the room, of course, is jet fuel. It's going to be many decades before a newly certified alternative production and propulsion source for large jet aircraft is going to be available and operating. So we have to accept a drop-in solution of sustainable aviation fuel is the way forwards. The difficulty at the moment is that the demand for jet fuel continues to increase at quite a rate. The current world consumption is about 1.019 million tons per day. And last year alone, that increased by 68,000 tons a day. The problem at the moment, current SAF production rates are about 0.7% of the total requirement. So we're a long way away from that. And I think there needs to be a step change in incentives for producers to invest to bring the price down at scale. And also there needs to be an incentive and a mandate from government to require airlines to up the game and actually purchase SAF and make it available across the world. We're lobbying very hard to make that happen through a subsidy derived from a small duty on jet fuel to subsidize the cost to bring parity between the cost of a litre of SAF and a litre of Jet A1. So that, I think, needs a bit of a step change to produce it at scale and make it more widely available. But that's the only way we're going to fully decarbonize aviation.
Well, yeah, obviously big conversation World Aviation Festival this year, the sustainable jet fuel problem. So yeah, hopefully we'll find a solution for that one. But thank you so much for sharing your insights, Paul, and yeah, best of luck.
Thank you.
Thank you.